And for those of you who are sticking around, welcome to the St. Peter's View. Joining me are my co-hosts, the Reverend Deacon Denise Lavetti and the Reverend Dr. Michael DeLashmitt. Woohoo! we need like theme music, right?
Every time we're like, we got to have some theme music.
I know. Yeah. So, hey, before we invite our guests, how are you guys doing?
Good, good. Yeah. Looking forward to Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite meals of the year. And so I've spent a lot of time thinking about how I'm going to cook the turkey this year. So yeah, doing
Well,
good.
yeah. So, how are you going to cook the turkey?
Well, there was an article in the Times about spatchcocking and then putting it in buttermilk for two days. And so I'm going to give that a try.
Denise's face was like, spatch.
Spatchcock. It's my favorite cooking word, spatchcock.
Can you explain to those of us who may not know what spatchcocking?
What? People don't know what spatchcocking is? It's removing the backbone from the bird and then cracking the breastbone and removing it. So basically, it's like kind of partially deboning so that it cooks flat instead of like traditional turkey shape. It
Yeah.
cooks more evenly because the trouble with turkeys, of course, is that the breast gets too dry. So this keeps the breast moist.
Got it.
Yeah.
I knew what that was. I just never. Why don't you just call it flattening?
Because you could say spatchcock. Who doesn't want to say spatchcock?
Oh, I learn new things all the time. Wow.
St. Peter's View. St. Peter's View.
That's
You
right.
never know.
I never know what's going to come up. What about you, Denise? What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I am the current plan is for me to go out to my sister Carol, who lives out in East Setauket, which is way out in eastern Long Island, and she has a very, very large family. And normally it would be a large family gathering, but what they're doing is everyone's staying in their own home with their own immediate family. But because I'm alone, I got an invite, so they're allowing me in.
Nice.
All, caution, but she has a very large house and dining area, so I've been out there over the past several months, and we kind of sit very separately, and no one's allowed near my sister, and she's kind of been kept in saran wrap for 8 months. So hopefully all shall be well. So with extreme caution and an abundance of love, I will go there.
Yes. Will you be spatchcocking?
I don't think I will be.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to sprinkle that into conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My gift to you, Christine. Happy Thanksgiving.
Um, all right. Well, shall we bring on our special guest?
I can't wait.
Okay. All right.
Never before seen.
It's actually a two-part. It's a two-part special guest. All right. So, our special guest, and actually, we are not even going to name our special guest. We're just going to bring our special guest on. So, all right. So, Brenna, never before seen. None of you has ever seen them. Ta-da! It's a fetus. And we've had a lot of those this year, haven't we? Lots of little ones baking in the oven. And we have had two that were born just this past week. And this one is going to be born in May. And before we bring on those who have brought this little being into being, I'm wondering if anybody might even like take a guess as to who they think this might be, or
It looks like someone familiar.
who does that look like? Who do you guys
It reminds me of like Gandalf for some reason.
Gandalf. That's funny. I was gonna say Aragorn, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Shall we bring on the ones who are responsible for this being?
Who's responsible?
Ta-da! Yay!
Our actually top baby name right now is Gandalf, and we're hoping it comes out with a full beard. So
That's right.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Aragorn and Arwen are having a little baby.
Whoa, big shoes to fill.
I know,
I was we were talking about coming on the St. Peter's View yesterday, and I was like, I really need to keep the Lord of the Rings references under control.
No.
no, you can't. You can't.
Let that Tolkien flag fly. Just let it fly.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the people in the chat.
Yeah, thank you to see all this stuff coming.
That is lighting up.
Yeah.
No. Christopher's like hobbits. Baby. A little baby hobbit.
Oh, I hope it comes out with really hairy feet.
Oh, I hope not.
I mean, if Jenna's side of the family is any indication.
Oh!
Oh man, throw down.
It's all on this side of the family.
Yeah.
Whereas I totally do. So
how are you guys feeling about becoming parents?
like I'm very excited. Yeah.
I feel good. It feels surreal. It feels, I'm really excited though.
Yeah. I mean, it's like well, it's funny. I feel like everyone else was doing it, so it's kind of like we might as well. And just saw Denise go like, yeah. But yeah, it's fun. We do know a bunch of people who, are pregnant or having babies, and so it's fun to have like people go ahead of us. And so I'm a younger sibling, and I feel like I'm kind of doing that thing right now where I'm like, let everyone else blaze the trail, and I get to just, seek all of their advice. So if anyone has any advice for pregnancy, parenting, whatever, please lay it on us.
Yeah, please. Those of you who have given birth to children, like pass on your top like parenting tip to these guys while they're expecting. Yeah. Have you guys thought of names? I think you have to tell us. You don't have to tell us.
Well, no, we don't have any top names yet. We also are not finding out the sex until it's born.
Oh.
So we have to have two names. So.
That's old school. I love it.
I like that. That's exciting. I like it.
And to be totally forthcoming, we've talked about names a little bit. I did propose the name Samwise, and
I love that name, Samwise.
Perfect.
yeah.
It could be a girl or a boy.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm wondering, for those of who are watching the live chat, if you guys have suggestions.
Oh man.
If you guys have suggestions for baby names, both boy and girl names, for Gregory and Jenna, just give us the best ones, and let us know what your favorite ones are. All right, well, shall we get started?
Yes.
We actually have a bunch of new questions. There's some old ones, but there's a bunch of new ones in there. So how about let's go Denise, Michael, and then me.
Okay, guys, you ready? If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Ooh, can we answer for each other?
Yeah.
I don't see why not, right?
Yeah.
I know where he would live. I don't know if he knows where I would live. He would live in Edinburgh, and he would go back tomorrow. You know where I would live?
Well, I gotta think about this. I was being put on the spot for myself, and now I need to think what to do. Somewhere by the beach for sure. I don't totally know exactly what location.
A small shack on the sand in California, in Southern California, but like it wouldn't look pretty, but it would just be a huge window, and you just sit on your couch or on your bed, and there would be a fireplace, and you'd be looking at the ocean.
Oh man, it's nice.
I also, well, I mean, Edinburgh. So we got to live in Edinburgh for a little bit in Scotland, and it was just the absolute best. That being said, I've also kind of always had a dream to live in Burlington, Vermont. So just that's a big thing for me as well.
That's funny because they say Burlington is the Edinburgh of Vermont. I've heard that.
Who says that?
No one. Literally. That is the first time that sentence has been said.
It says it like on the town sign when you come to
Yes.
Burlington or Vermont.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, when you were a kid, or when you were kids, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I know. Do you want a second? Do you know?
You
or-
go.
Okay. So a couple things. There were the obvious, like, I wanted to be, well, not obvious, but I wanted to play professional baseball. I was a big Mike Piazza fan, so I wanted to be a catcher for the New York Mets. Here we are. Nope.
Dreams come true.
And then actually, from the time I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a pastor. So from definitely elementary school, like early elementary school, I thought becoming a pastor or a priest would be kind of neat. So that one has stuck around a little bit longer than the pro baseball aspiration.
When you were a little kid, would you like preach little sermons, or would you do anything like pastory?
Kind of. It's like very embarrassing to talk about, but yes. Yeah. Well, like I hadn't really done much reading of the Bible on my own, but I liked just the object of the Bible, and so I would kind of bring one around with me, and I would like, oh gosh.
I love this so much right now.
Yeah, I would like share my Sunday school lessons with my friends at school during the week and be like, did you guys know that Jesus loved you? Because like, whatever. Yeah, my mom was all about that. She was like, yeah, keep doing that. That's awesome. And I was like, my mom thinks I'm great.
I love it. That was too funny. Jenna, how about you?
Yeah, mine was, I actually wanted to be a professional ballerina growing up. I loved dancing when I was little. And I remember the first time I got to wear point shoes, and it was the most, magnificent day of my life. So, professional ballerina.
Oh, good. All right. So, what is the most romantic thing that the other person has done for you?
Okay. Okay. There are so many options, so I'm just trying to.
I'll go first.
Okay.
The way he proposed. So, we were living in Scotland, and we went up to the Highlands, and we were in this town called Cullen, and we rented this little Airbnb with actually the Hosses. Eliana and Andrew were there, and I thought it was a weekend for Eliana and Andrew because they had come to visit us for the week, and I was like, this is for them. Like, this is so fun. We're doing so many cool things. And one day we split up into couples and we went on a hike to different places. Gregory took me alongside this really beautiful lake, and we went on this really cool, it was more like a nature walk because there weren't any hills, but it was really beautiful. And there, right on the sandy shore of the lake, we started just like taking pictures and stuff. And he kept asking like, oh, like, let me take a picture of you alone. And I don't like pictures alone. It just feels so awkward when you're like posing with like, I don't know how to pose when it's just a picture of yourself. So he kept taking pictures, and I was like, no, please take them with me. And so then he put on the self timer and he ran over to where I was, and right as the self timer clicked, he got down on one knee and he caught it. It was only one photo and he caught it perfectly of him proposing. Beautiful.
Oh, I love it.
That was good. That was really good.
Oh,
Excellent.
good job. Good job, Gregory.
That's just, yeah. There was a bit of risk. It would have been bad if I dropped it and was just like.
So how about Jenna? What is she?
For Jenna, one thing about Jenna is she loves birthdays, and she just gets really excited about birthdays. And so for a couple of my birthdays, she's just done really sweet, like kind of organized, fun, special events and things. So oftentimes they involve like, well, it's kind of been all over the place, but one that sticks to mind, sticks out, comes to mind, is just, again, it was like right before we got married and just getting dressed up one night. And she was like, just get dressed up and be ready. And we went out and just had this really fun dinner and night out, and it was just like very simple. There wasn't. I actually really appreciate the simplicity of it. It was just like, let's just go out to dinner, but it was a really sweet and special. Yeah, I don't know exactly.
We like experiences better than gifts.
Yeah, so it was just a very sweet like experience and made me feel very cared for and loved. So
I love that. I love that. Hey, really quick before Denise goes to the next question, I just want to let you know some of the baby names that people suggested. One is Grenna,
Oh,
Frodo or Frodina. Mitch thinks that Sauerman is a cute is a cute name, and those are the wonderful names that our St. Peter's people have suggested to you. So keep that in mind.
again,
There'll be a lot of really good ones to choose from.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so what trait do you most appreciate in others?
great.
ooh, I know. The ability to laugh at yourself. I think
Yeah.
there's like humility is mixed into that, but also just like a sense of fun or carefree or like not taking yourself too seriously.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Anything, Gregory?
Yeah, I like the when people listen and are just like I don't know why that's so funny. But when people are attentive listeners, I just feel like that's like it demonstrates a care and an interest in who you are and what's going on. It's kind of some of the same characteristics, humility and intrigue. So yeah, I like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
So, how would your friends that you knew in high school describe you?
My high school, I was thinking about this because I got together, like went back and visited my parents recently and got to do a bonfire with some of my friends who were outdoors, just kind of catching up and hanging out. They were telling all these stories of things that I had done, and I was sort of like, well, that wasn't me though. Like that was a different person.
I'd like to hear some of those stories.
Oh no, it's fine. I think we won't go into all of them, but I think my friends in high school would describe me as really boisterous, kind of reckless, and probably fun, but in a way that's probably a little bit different than what I hope to be now. I hope I'm still a fun person, but in a little bit of a different way. Yeah,
That's good.
mischievous probably as well.
I was very well behaved in high school. I was probably like the goody goody. So no fun stories for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very prim and proper. Even though I didn't know the Lord, I don't know why I had such a strong moral compass.
Well, this next question is kind of related, or could potentially be related. Tell us one thing about yourself that people might not know or would find surprising.
I feel like when people ask this question, this is like a pretty common response, but one that comes to mind is that I'm an introvert, like a very strong introvert that I like really love and kind of need my alone time. And I think, when I've told people that in the past, they've been like, no, you're not. And I'm kind of like, oh, you're right. You probably know me better than I do. Well, thanks for that. Yeah.
How about you, Jenna?
I think I know something that surprised Gregory when we were first dating is that I really love to goof around. I really love to just not be serious and just have fun and do ridiculous things. Not out in public that I get really stressed out and embarrassed, but in private, in a group of small friends.
Behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right.
Let me tell you, it is pretty shocking. And there are some little video clips that I've got in my phone of Jenna just doing absolutely, very goofy things.
We want to see this.
Yeah.
Wait, there was something else that we said that we wanted to see. What was that? Earlier today?
Yeah, I think it was like we wanted to hear some of the stories of Gregory in high school.
Yeah.
Well, I can share a little bit of that.
You have to go on the Zoom with Leisha and Denise and Christine.
Juicy stories from our past.
One
History Story Chronicles.
A couple examples of boisterous and just like kind of ridiculous things that I used to do when I was a younger lad. One is, and this is just like proof that I grew up where I grew up, which is like just a kind of cushy suburb. Something my friends and I used to do was we would go pool hopping. So basically, like my family, we just had mapped out all the best pools in the neighborhood, and we would have people over, and we had like a weird culture about it in my family because we were very strict about certain things, but when it came to trespassing, we just didn't really acknowledge trespassing as like a legitimate law for whatever reason. And so I would be like, "Hey, mom and dad, I'm gonna have a bunch of friends over, and we're gonna go swim in other people's pools." And eventually, I remember when I turned 18, my parents were like, "You need to stop telling us that you're gonna do this." And so we would basically just like go run around and while telling these stories, I think they're just kind of cheeky and fun. But I remember telling some friends in college, and one of them just kind of graven faced was like, "That's breaking the law. Like that's not okay." And I was kind of like, "Yeah, it's fine."
Parents are fine about it. It's totally cool.
Yeah, exactly.
We tell our parents, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so always trying to kind of like when bringing a group of friends pool hopping, always trying to kind of like leave one or put one in like a precarious situation. Just like not, kind of like ditch them in the middle of some strange neighborhood in the middle of the night as they're like, "I'm in someone else's pool. What's going on?" Like, was it kind? Not at all. Was it fun? Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
This is going to come around to you, Gregory.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So that kind of leads us to what is your spirit animal or mammal? I probably should say.
Good thing you changed it to mammal because I was going to say cockroach. Spirit mammal.
I think mine is a dolphin.
Can you say why?
Because they live in the ocean and because they're playful. They do like fun flips and tricks and
Yeah.
So Jenna's laugh almost sounds exactly like a dolphin. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's me. Oh, he's gonna pay for that.
Mine would maybe be maybe like a sea otter because they're kind of fuzzy in the face and because they just really like to snuggle a lot and
They do, huh?
They do. They kind of like clump together and just sort of hang out with each other. And yeah, Jenna will tell you it's maybe not her, like on the 5 love languages, I think my number 1 is it's either quality time or physical touch. They're like right up there.
my number 5 is physical touch.
So Jenna loves it when she's like sitting on the couch working, especially during the COVID life. And I just kind of like come and snuggle up and I'm sort of like, "How you doing?" She's like, yeah. Maybe a sea otter.
Yeah, very cute.
Okay. So if you could have any talent in the world, what would it be? And I'd add into this like superpower too, just for fun, in case.
Speaking a lot of languages is one that I would really
Oh, that would be cool.
like. It would
That'd
be
be
either
cool.
speaking a bunch of languages, or I also don't understand how photographic memories work, but that sounds useful and awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be very cool.
Mine
was just to fly. Not very useful, but really Sounds fun.
It is useful. Get from point A to point B really quickly. Yeah. All right. So just two more. So what is a snapshot of an ordinary moment that brings you joy?
Ooh, for me, it's when someone opens a door for you. Like, even it could be a boy opening it for a girl or a girl opening it for a boy. I don't care. But like when someone opens the door for you, and it's especially handy in COVID time when you don't have to touch that dirty handle.
Jenna's like, that brings me joy.
Or another one was when people pick up their dog poop on the sidewalk. It's
Joyful.
like, please.
I think we went in like really different directions here because I went just for something completely different. Gentlemen for dog poop.
Yours?
I'm thinking the question was, what a special moment that gives us an ordinary moment. Sorry, what?
It's the dog poop. It's an ordinary. That's special.
Yeah, it's all the time. I like my family growing up. Both my dad and my brother play the guitar, and so there was always just a lot of music around our house. And so an ordinary moment that brings me a lot of joy is just like sitting around in a group of people. Can be family, but doesn't have to be. Preferably with a fire going in the fireplace, and then just people either just kind of singing along or someone just playing music. That just like makes me really, really happy. There's a lot to that.
Yeah.
Good. Last question. This one's going to be really tough. What are you deeply grateful for right now?
The baby.
Oh.
Such a miracle.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing. I'm really, really grateful for it.
Yeah. So I would say, yeah, baby for sure. I would say each other, and I don't know. There's kind of a lot of things, but that definitely takes the cake.
Yeah.
Church. I just feel like I consistently come back to being so deeply thankful for everyone here, and even like this St. Peter's View thing is just really fun. But like I was thinking about it today during the service that whenever we pray together, that's just like a really beautiful moment that I really love is in the service when people are typing in their prayer requests. And I felt in a time when being connected to people is really difficult. I've just felt super thankful to actually like truly feel connected to our church family. And so that's something that I'm really, really thankful for as well.
Thanks, guys. Well, we're thankful for you guys too, and thankful to be able to see you guys become parents.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yes.
We'll be praying for little Grenna.
Yes.
For Dina.
Well, yeah, Grenna or Gregory. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, Jennery, that is a good one.
I kind of like that, Jennery. Yeah.
When we first met, we'd actually been like hanging out for a little while, and we weren't quite dating yet. And at one point, Jenna just told me that her name was Jenna Bree. And I was like,
because everybody asked me, is Jenna short for something? And so Gregory asked me, and I said, yeah, Jenna Bree.
I'm like, is this a joke or are you? And she kind of rolled with it for a while, but then it kind of stopped feeling like a joke and started to just feel like a lie at a certain point.
When does a joke become a lie?
Yeah. There's a threshold there somewhere, and we were kind of dancing around it. But
so when did you find out when you filled out your application for your marriage license?
Yeah.
What? I've been lied to this whole time.
No, I thought you were.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys for coming on to The View. It's been awesome to have you. Yeah, thanks for everybody too who stuck around. And they said you two are the best. Christopher said.
thanks,
Yeah.
That was me and Michael, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you.
You know, Denise and I know. We don't need your affirmation.
Who you're talking about. All right. Well, hey, everybody. Have a great week.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy your spatchcocking.
Yeah, that too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.